Sanctity and Shadow. Section 1. Sanctity and Shadow under the moonlight. A cool, damp sea mist wafted from the depths of the alleyway. At 11:30 p.m., the bell tower of the old Gothic church in White Mist Town tolled with a somber tinkling. This small town, nestled on the eastern edge of the continent, was usually peaceful and serene. The massive stone cross atop the church gleamed solemnly and sacredly in the moonlight. However, just a short walk through the quiet, narrow alley beside the church led to a building of strikingly different style, a stone villa surrounded by an abandoned courtyard. The windows on the second floor of the villa were half open, and silvery moonlight streamed through the exquisite wooden window frames, slanting across the polished mahogany floors. The interior was dark, save for the rhythmic, cold ticking of the grandfather clock in the corner. Beside a large leather sofa sat an extremely ordinary blue bowling ball. Its surface bore a few scratches, lying silently on the edge of the carpet, the eyeball facing upwards like a lost focus eye. On the other side of the sofa sat a snow-white, adorable Maltese. Its fur was perfectly groomed, and a red silk bow tied around its neck. The dog's dark, bright eyes gleamed in the darkness. It didn't bark, its breathing was extremely light. It simply licked its front paws obediently. Less than a meter in front of the dog lay the owner of the villa, retired wealthy businessman Arthur Vane. Arthur lay on the recliner, eyes wide open, his expression frozen in a state of extreme terror, yet eerily calm. There were no wounds on his body, no glaring blood, not even his clothes were neatly arranged. But his breathing had stopped, his heart had ceased beating. The entire room exuded a lifeless coldness, more chilling than death itself. A steady, rhythmic footstep echoed from the alleyway entrance. A tall man in a gray trench coat pushed open the unlocked door of the villa. His name was Lin Rouet, a renowned private detective in this parish and even the entire Federation. Lin Rouet's eyes were exceptionally striking, sharp like a hawk's, seemingly able to pierce through all pretense and lies. Lin Rouet entered the room, not rushing to the body, but standing by the window, scrutinizing the room in the moonlight. Cause of death, sudden cardiac failure. But something's wrong, said the old Sheriff Raymond, wiping cold sweat from his brow with a handkerchief. Lin, this is the second similar case this month. No external trauma, no signs of poisoning. It's like he was scared to death. But Mr. Van was incredibly devout, generously donating at the cross every Sunday. Who would target such a kind person? Lin Rouet didn't answer the sheriff. He crouched down, his gaze falling on the bowling ball. He put on gloves, gently turned the bowling ball, and noticed that the ball's center of gravity seemed to have been slightly altered by some sophisticated instrument. A very thin layer of powder, faintly scented with almonds, clung to the edge of the bowling hole. The horror isn't death itself, Raymond, Lin Rouet said calmly, with a chilling edge, but the fact that the killer left no trace of emotion on the scene. This was an execution of extreme cruelty. Lin Rouet stood up and walked to the massive wooden cross against the wall. This cross was a relic Arthur had brought home with a license from the church. It was exquisitely carved and inlaid with subtle gilding. Lin Rouet extended his finger and gently tapped the seam on the back of the cross. With a soft click, a hidden compartment on the back of the cross opened. In the dim moonlight, the compartment contained neither scriptures nor relics, but rather a yellowed nautical logbook and a giant diamond radiating a dazzling, eerie blue light. The diamond was the size of an egg, its facets flawless, yet beneath its unparalleled brilliance emanated an inexplicable eeriness and filth, as if it held countless untold sins. This is Tears of the Ocean? Sheriff Raymond gasped, his legs trembling. The blood diamond that disappeared 20 years ago on Terror Island. How did it end up behind Mr. Van's sacred cross? Lin Rouet's sharp gaze fixed on the dazzling gem, then turned to the still quietly licking paw of the poodle. Behind the sacred cross, there isn't necessarily a god, Lin Rouet murmured. The most dazzling gems are often stained with the dirtiest blood. Arthur is no saint. Someone in this town is settling scores from 20 years ago in the most elegant yet cruel way. At that moment, the moonlight outside the window was obscured by a thick layer of dark clouds, plunging the room into darkness. In the darkness, the puppy stopped licking its paws, turned its head slightly, and looked out the window at the quiet alley. Deep within the alley, a tall, slender figure was passing through the thick fog, silently disappearing into the night.